Good morning, everybody. It's March 4. Almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We were here late last night, as I showed you guys. We got these up, and then we started doing this, and... Oh, another interesting bit is that we bought these shelving brackets from Amazon, and they're the exact same company. So they basically are the same bracket. It's just one is an 8-incher, one's a 6-incher. Quite interesting. We cut our butcher block to just shy 8 inches, and it still didn't fit in the 8-inch ones. I had to shave another, what was that? It probably 1/8 of an inch or something. It was a generous amount that I had to cut in order for them to fit in. Same company, so we had ripped these to 6 inches, and they fit. I don't understand why. Those are 8 inches, and then when you measure them, it's the 8 inches is from the outside to the 8 outside, whereas this one's inside. Anyway, that was a trip. Anyway, so I gotta take these off and start doing my shelving at about 20. I think we decided to go, I think it was 24.5 inches higher up, so that we can fit the sink underneath the faucet. All right, let me get to work. I'm a little bit, woke up feeling a little bit sickish, which I don't know how that is because I'm not around anybody hardly, but I guess I was in the store a couple times. But anyway, maybe if I work it, and it'll go away. So let's get to it, and I also need to take care of my grandson today, so we won't be out here as long as usual. But we'll get done what we can. All right, I have got the first line done. We are missing one bracket, so I'm not putting this bottom left one in. We may have to order a single or complain to the company unless we misplaced it, because we were here in the dark walking around with stuff. So while I'm here today, I'll be doing a very looking very thoroughly before I lodge a complaint. But anyway, so my level is doing wonders and helping us. Now I don't have to eyeball stuff, you know, it's nice. So that's where I'm gonna put my line, and now I can put my next brackets. Coming right along. I got this middle shelf to screw in, and then the top one, and I put my laser right here because we had marked this where it goes, so the laser is going right up, so I can just have that in marked. One complaint I have, and I've been having this complaint about a lot of stuff, everything that comes with any of this stuff, is the screws. The hardware is just, well, the hardware is okay. I guess the screws aren't hardware. I don't know. They strip so easy. I'm so used to these deck screws, and they don't strip. I actually use them over and over and over and over and over and over. These ones are just ridiculous. I even pre-drilled the ones going into the wall, and I still had problems with them. I did pre-drill them with a small bit, because I want those screws to really be holding onto those studs in there really well, because first of all, butcher block is heavy already, and then anything we put on it. So I want maximum strength. I could have put a bigger bit and they would have went in a little bit easier, but I didn't want to do that. And then the screws going up to the bottom are tiny little screws, which that makes sense. It's just kind of holding it there. It's not really doing anything. Those are garbage too. I mean, I had to pre-drill a hole right there. They're only super tiny. You shouldn't have to pre-drill a hole to just put a 1/4 inch screw or whatever these are. I think they are probably maybe 1/2 inch. Let's see, tiny little things. But these heads, I tell you, thank goodness they're Phillips at least, not flat heads. But the Phillips, just when you get used to those stars on the deck screws, these are just ridiculous. Anyway, we're getting there. Hopefully about 10-15 more minutes and I'll have all this up. Yesterday, this took us quite a while, and we thought I was going to come in here and this was going to take me all day, but I'm moving right along pretty quick on this. All right, guys, all I got to say is this is some next level stuff. Bragging a little bit, I guess. I think it just looks fantastic. This is what you're looking up at. This is what you're looking down at. I try to put the lighter sides down because that's what you'll be seeing. Except for on the bottom shelf, I had the lighter side going up. Because you can see that, at least us taller people, maybe the shorter people are still going to see the bottom. I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to see that part too much. I don't know. With that over there and this over here, looks so good. And then when the refrigerator goes in right here, we're going to put 2 more of those 8-inch shelves up here. It's going to look good. All right, I'm venturing into really scary unknown territory here. I'm going to try to start getting an idea of what I'm doing for butcher block on the countertop. So I took the level and I put it on here, and this end was slightly too low. So I took a shim like this and shoved it all the way up in there. Over time, it's probably going to smash down a little bit. So I put it a little bit high. And then also this part, I want it to go the back end slightly higher. That way it'll drain away from the wall, just in case. I drilled this stuff out, but now that I put the shim on, I was so close and accurate that I need to probably trim this a little bit more so that it'll go back on there. So that's probably my next thing, and then I got to bring butcher block, which is very heavy, by myself from underneath the house. All right, here we go. There, guys, I don't know if you can see this. Zoom in a little bit. DJIs don't zoom in too much. Anyway, there's quite a few trucks coming in. And they are the electric company. And they're supposedly supposed to hook us up to main power today. If that happens, I don't know what's all the steps. I don't know if I get to automatically start using electricity or not. Probably not. I mean, but if my electrician comes out, he might be able to verify what can be done. I don't know. That'd be cool though if we can start using electricity pretty soon and be hooked to the grid and not have this temporary power pole with cords all over the place. All right, exciting. All right, guys, I brought a bunch of stuff in from. Actually, let me show you really quick. I brought stuff from under the house. I tell you, every time I bring stuff from down there, I see why you have to have why it's code, you have to have a vapor barrier down there, water barrier. It's ridiculous. The ground is so wet, and it's under the house, so it doesn't make sense to me with vents all the way around, and even the end is still open. We do have outlets down there, so we may be running a dehumidifier down there. I don't know. Anyway, it wrecks stuff. So I have a sink down there, and I had this stuff, which is faucets and stuff that now we're thinking about returning because our color scheme has changed. So I had the sink, big farm sink here, a toilet, and 2 more pieces of butcher block that are going to go up here on the counters. But I don't even see that, but the boxes were just, whatever was touching the ground was thrashed. It's all disintegrated and stuff, so not a good thing. So I do see that we can't just stick anything under there. We were thinking of having that as a storage area, and we still can. And maybe after the vapor barrier thing is down there, that's going to help a lot. And I'll build shelves down there, and maybe we're going to have to run a dehumidifier. I don't know. Anyway, that said, I was going to work on countertops, but I thought, you know what, to get some stuff out of the way, like the toilet would be easy to get out of the way, it's taking up room, is to come on in here and sand the bathroom, this little toilet area, and then I'll seal it, let it sit for the rest of the day or whatever. But then I can clean up that toilet and put it in here, because this is where it's going to land, and then it can stay here. And then possibly, too, I do have this sink over here that's going to go in here, and we can put that in here, clean it up and put it in here. Electricians were supposed to come this week. They said mid to late week, and they were going to finish putting things like lights and stuff like that. However, tomorrow it's supposed to be rain, and then the day after that they're having that severe storm warning that I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but they're saying some major wind. I am so tired of wind. You guys, I moved to North Carolina. I thought it was going to be safe from natural disasters and stuff. Who would have thought wind? Okay? Blow stuff over. Excuse me. It blows stuff over, you know, where we're at up in Flat Rock, where the place we're living right now. We're living in a forest. Scary. Here, I ain't going to care. It's going to be so awesome once we're out here. We have no trees next to any house, so there'll be no trees next to any house, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about trees falling on cars or nothing. We got this big open field. We can park our cars down in the middle of it if we wanted, whatever. And we made sure no trees around the house. So, but this wind business is getting ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sand this. I cleaned this out and I sealed it. We're going to leave that now till the next time I come out, probably tomorrow. I'm looking at the rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow for sure, but it should be done in the morning. All right, I'm debating on what I'm going to do next. Valentina wants me to try to return these to Home Depot. The box is thrashed. We've not opened it though, because we want to change all of our fixtures now to black. Now that the brackets are black. These things are black, wood stove black, sides of refrigerator black. There's black on the stove. They all have stainless steel on them as well, but the color coordinator that's in charge says that all needs to go black now. So, anywho, I'm probably going to get to a point where I'm just going to load up everything and try to take it back, because I don't have a lot of time. I got a lot of things to do in town, just running around. So I might do that and cut today short. We'll see. Guys, how beautiful is this going to be? I've left it in its wrapper still, and I'm going to have to cut off right about here. I got to do more specific measuring, but I just wanted to see this butcher block here and here, and then we also have backsplash going back there. So it's going to look nice. And I got to do my research about how am I going to support this and put the big sink in there. All right, guys. I don't know if you can see that very well. Anyway, I'm trapped. I can't get out. They have a 3-foot deep ditch there going across my road. Good thing I didn't have to get out like super fast, and good thing that it hasn't rained in a bit, so I can go out through the field. But they didn't warn me. Nobody came and talked to me. Nobody told me anything like, hey, if you need to get your car out, do that or whatever. Anyway, they're running the line. It's exciting, tying up to this power pole right up here, the same pole that our temporary power pole is connected to. If you guys see that guy way up there on the pole connecting us. Trucks here. I'm four-wheeling it out of here. share a little something here with you guys that we were talking about. I don't think there's not a cost involved. If I wanted specialty treatment or had to go like really far or whatever, but nobody's told me this costs any money, so I don't anticipate it's going to cost money for them to connect us to the grid. When we were in California where we lived, we almost were looking into a piece of property that we were going to put a mobile home on, and we wanted we would have to have a power pole around there because it didn't have power to the property. And Valentina was just reminding me, we were talking about that. There's supposed to be a cost, like if they go above, if they had to go way down and add another power pole, it would have cost us. But because they're not adding a power pole, they're just running it underground to the house, I don't think it costs anything. In California, they would have had to ran to a pole and then to our house, and it would have cost somewhere around $9,000 just to be hooked up. So that's another difference in here in North Carolina. Maybe if I would have had like power have to run all the way to the back of the property or something, like a power pole, that might have been a different story. Still wouldn't anticipate it costing $9,000. And this is just a local co-op electrical company here. It's the only option we have. We don't have Duke Energy as the main power source here for most of the counties in North Carolina and all over. But we have a little co-op here, and yeah, it's been pretty good so far. We'll see how it all goes, but I've only been paying about somewhere between $20 and $30 a month for that temporary power pole, and been using it for whatever the whole time. So it's been a pretty good experience so far. All right, guys, I am heading to town. Gonna return some stuff, try to get some money back on some stuff, and then go take care of my grandson. All right, we'll see you guys the next time we're out here.